Good evening and welcome to Metro Focus. I'm Rafael P. Roman. A key part of Governor Cuomo's transportation agenda is one step closer to becoming a reality. Late last month, the governor signed legislation advancing a $1.5 billion proposal to build an elevated air train that would connect LaGuardia Airport to the Long Island Railroad and to the 7 train at Willets Point. In announcing the air train plan, the Cuomo administration promised a reliable ride from Midtown Manhattan to LaGuardia in under 30 minutes. But almost immediately after the announcement, transit experts pounced on the proposal, criticizing the chosen route from Manhattan to the airport and casting doubt on whether a rail connection is necessary at all. The Daily News editorial board came out against the project, saying, quote, "There are better and faster ways to LaGuardia." And the Village Voice went even further, calling it a boondoggle in progress. Nevertheless, the Cuomo administration is holding fast to the air train plan, insisting that it is a key element of the ongoing $8 billion transformation and modernization of LaGuardia Airport. And joining us now to talk about the plan and to tell us why he thinks it's a boondoggle is Village Voice transit reporter Aaron Gordon. Aaron, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
So, Aaron, could you start off by giving us a brief summary of what the governor's proposal entails?
Sure. So the governor's proposal is to build an air train just like the one that goes to JFK now, but it will go from the Metz Willets Point 7 train stop to LaGuardia, probably a route similar enough to the Grand Central Parkway. And that will also connect to the LIRR Port Washington branch. So you can take the LIRR from Penn Station or once Eastside Access is finished Grand Central to this stop and then hop on the air train to get to LaGuardia.
So that sounds pretty good. What's wrong with the plan? Why is it a boondoggle?
Yeah, it does sound good on paper, but when you actually dig into how long it's going to take most people to get to the airport under this new plan, it actually doesn't look that much more favorable than the current options. So the projection that you will get that you can get to LaGuardia with this air train in less than a half hour requires that everyone be coming from those train stations in Midtown Manhattan. And obviously a lot of people who go to the airport don't come from those train stations in Midtown Manhattan. So if you're coming from, say, areas of Brooklyn, areas of Manhattan, either upper or lower Manhattan, and you have to get to those stations first, there are current options available now to get to LaGuardia that are faster, even car, believe it or not. Like even just taking a taxi now would be faster.
Even if it takes 45 minutes or more. Mm-hmm. It's a lot easier to go to Penn Station or Grand Central and take a train where you only have one transfer, right, really, than it is to deal with that traffic, right?
Absolutely. So there are a couple of different reasons why this doesn't look as good in reality as it does on paper. One is that the buses now don't have dedicated bus lanes to get to LaGuardia, and if they did have that, then they would be much more reliable in breaking through the traffic. And another issue is that the LIRR plan, the current LIRR line, the Port Washington line that you would have to take, only runs every 30 minutes off peak. So that's not super convenient for most people, and the cost would actually be relatively comparable as long as you're traveling with somebody else, which a lot of people are, than the current taxi and Uber options are. So it's not really clear like who this is actually for is the big question.
You know, I remember when the air train to Kennedy was in preparation, and it got a lot of the same criticisms that I'm hearing now for this air train. Is it possible that you guys are jumping the gun and maybe these things will work out? That all these things, for example, there'll be more Express 7 trains, for example. There'll be more trains on the LIRR going to Willets Point.
Absolutely. So look, of course, we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know how it'll play out. I think if they do build it, people will use it. I think the argument that myself and other transit advocates are putting forward is not that it will be completely useless for everybody, but that the ridership projections are off with reality and that the same goals can be accomplished with much cheaper or much more useful plans than the one being put forward.
So besides a dedicated lane, bus lane on the Grand Central Parkway, which would make the traffic congestion even worse, let's face it. Aside from that, what are some of the other options?
Well, there are other rail options. It's not just relying on buses. So one proposal that's been in the ether for decades now is extending the Astoria line. It currently terminates about 1.5 miles from LaGuardia.
The N train?
Yeah, the N train, exactly. So
But there's a lot of people you'd have to upset in order to get that, right? The people who live around that area.
Yeah, so you would probably want to bury the train so that it doesn't run elevated, because the people who, currently don't have to deal with an elevated train don't want to have to deal with one. So if you had to dig a tunnel, that would obviously make it more expensive. And we've seen with the Second Avenue subway extension, that those can be very expensive. But it would also be much more beneficial, not just to people going to and from the airport, but people who use the train for other reasons. And it would be much more useful for people coming from other places to get to the airport than just Midtown Manhattan, since the N runs through Brooklyn and transfers are easier.
So, but it's the governor's proposal. Is that a done deal?
It's not quite a done deal. They still have to do an environmental review, and the Federal Aviation Administration is actually running that because it's going to be using a lot of federal funds to building it in theory. So there's still a lot of pieces to be worked out. It's not quite a done deal, but people are kind of taking it as a grain of salt that as long as Cuomo's in office, it is going to happen.
All right. Well, Aaron, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see what develops, and we'll bring you back as it develops.
Sounds great. We can take a ride on it together.
Okay.